let's continue our discussion on the use of ChatGPT and why it should be your call to research assistant. Are you tired of reading 30-page papers? Uh, ChatGPT can break them down into very reasonable summaries for you in a very fast, easy way, which will save you your time and yet still retain the key insights and important pieces of information from the paper. It's quite powerful and can easily make your literature review easy peasy, like they used to say. So today I'm going to show you how you can use ChatGPT to summarize long papers and multiple papers at once, and how you can make reasonable insights from those papers. Step one, like I used to do, is that you choose your paper, and you can pick any academic paper from online or even a PDF file that you have. If it's a PDF file, it's always good to have PDF file with metadata, which means the file contains information that are embedded about the document, not just its visible content. And this metadata will make it easy to organize the PDF, to search for it, to manage it, to identify the document in any database system. It will also make it extractable in terms of you extracting information about the title of the paper, the author, the subject, the keywords, creator, the date it's created, and so many more pieces of information. Otherwise, you can just do a copy and paste, and probably maybe you want to start with the abstract, then introduction and method. Then you can also do a summary of all these sections of the paper. Alternatively, you can go for a full text summary where you just summarize the whole paper at once. Then if you are using a copy and paste, you can copy the abstract, the introduction, or any section into ChatGPT, but make sure the text is clean and there are no line breaks, and the references are also possibly removed from it, so that you can get a very good feedback from your prompts. And once you do that, I'll suggest you use a prompt like summarize this in 3 bullet points, and with that, ChatGPT will return a very concise, high impact summary of the core content of the paper. And traditionally, I always recommend you use special characters like hashtag or asterisks and so on and so forth. And with these, it's going to be more focused on the kind of results that you get from ChatGPT. The bonus tips are very include the fact that you can ask ChatGPT about so many things about the paper. Like for example, you can ask it to list out the key limitations of the paper, list the keywords, the implication of the paper, the main findings, methodology or intervention, the outcome that is measured. You can even look at the population, sample population, and the research questions and hypotheses tested by the paper. So let's go straight away to ChatGPT, and we do a demo of that. Remember I said it's easier to use PDFs because you don't have to edit the text. But so I'm going to upload a PDF first from one of my papers, and then it's very quite old paper from almost 10 years ago. And then after the paper is uploaded, you allow it to upload. There's this fill up circle that is always going on, like reading like a clock. And once it is completed, it means the paper is uploaded. So we can start by saying, just to test, what are the key summary let's even ask about what are the objectives of this paper. Start with, and then we put a question mark because it's a question, and then we'll see. We allow it to read. So the title of the paper is Volume Rendering of Enigmatic High Amplitude Anomalies in Southeast Brazil, a workflow to distinguish lithology features from fluid accumulations by Tiago, myself, and Felin. So the aims are to develop and demonstrate a workflow, which is very true, to characterize enigmatic high amplitude in Espirito Santo Basin, to classify EEAs into three distinct types, and to question and interpret traditional interpretation, to reinterpret traditional interpretations of seismic features to reduce interpretation time. Yeah, that was the main objective of that paper. Okay, we can do a little bit more. We can say, okay, provide like I mentioned, what are in using three bullet points. Using 3 bullet points, provide a summary of the key contributions from the paper. Yeah, the paper introduced 3D volume rendering workflow. That is true. We classify and differentiated seismic anomalies. That is also very true. I will challenge conventional interpretations. That is very true. I can say, okay, no bullet points. No bullet points. Just paragraphs with connecting words. High impact and academic, just to see it. So this paper makes several high impact contributions to the field of seismic interpretation and subsurface characterization. Firstly, it introduces a robust 3D volume workflow. That is true. And then it will say secondly, and then finally, yeah. So this is a summary, high impact, well written. And you can also go further, limit it to 150 words. Just to show you the power of summary, how you can make good summary from all this for this. And then you can do a copy. This is a copy. If you're happy with the answer, you say it's a good response, and that will help the algorithm work better. Okay, one other thing we can do is that we can actually upload 2 more papers and make a summary of all of them. So we have upload an additional paper that is also the same thing in that field, or 3 other papers, and then we see. And then we can try, because the papers are being uploaded, what we can do is that using a table, provide a summary of the objectives, limitations, hypotheses. I'm sure some of them we didn't put out hypotheses. Outcome measured, study design, research questions, feature work, keywords, and funding sources for the attached papers. So we allow that to run, and it's going to generate a table, what they call a literature matrix. while that is generating, you can wait for it to generate. And it has done a very good work. So we expand the table to see what has been done. First, the first title of the paper is Seismic Geomorphology of Slope, Cenozoic Slope Deposits and Deltaic Linoforms. And the other one is Evolution of Overpressure. And the third one, it didn't really pick out the title. Okay, and then I think we can open this as a spreadsheet, download it as a spreadsheet. Download. So there is a download for the table here, and then we can open the spreadsheet as a CSV file, so we can be able to expand the content. So you can pressure to construct and so on and so forth. So you can edit the CSV file and make it a normal Excel later. So that's it. Okay, so just a recap of what we've done today. If you are tired of reading long papers, you should allow ChatGPT to break it down into reasonable summaries for you. Fast, save your time, still retain the key insights, and quite powerful techniques for doing literature review with ease. The first step is you choose a paper. Otherwise, you copy a section of the paper, you copy that into ChatGPT. Make sure if you're copying it as a text, it's clean. If it's a PDF, the PDF is has a metadata that it can be extracted, and then you can use this simple prompt, summarize this in 3 bullet points, and with that, ChatGPT is going to return a concise, high-impact summary of the core content for you. And the bonus tip is that beyond the limitations, beyond the key contributions, you can also test out things like the main findings, the methodology that's been used, the intervention, the outcome measured, and research funding, any information about the paper. And you can do it for not just one paper, multiple papers, and generate literature matrix or table for that. Well, if you need to handle longer inputs with a lot of papers, you might need a ChatGPT Plus, which is premium, so you may need to subscribe for that. And you might also, one technique is if you can't afford to do that, you can split the document into sections and summarize them by sections, and you can do a systematic review of very condensed papers. Just a reminder that you can summarize matter, not harder. ChatGPT is a personal paper summarizer. It can boost your productivity and make you focus on what matters. They call it critical thinking and analysis. So I encourage you to continue using ChatGPT and working smarter and not harder. And I'll see you in the next video with more content that are relevant to your needs. Thank you, and remember to subscribe, share, comment, and push the like button. See you. Bye.